Hello and welcome to another video brought to you by Hutto. In this video we're going to have a look at what CodeEzy can do for you. Okay, let's make a start. I have here a basic drawing set up to generate some NcCode for a BenchEzy Rover B. So what we'll do is we'll optimize that, run. Okay, you can see now that we have 2, 3, 4, 5 different materials that we're going to be generating code and labels for. We'll run those. Now that that's finished running, we'll have a look and see what Cabinetmaking has actually generated for us. As you can see there, some very generic Cabinetmaking files. CodeEzy has started. We will just use our last job button functionality here and click process. CodeEzy has finished processing those files and is asking us if we'd like to relocate those files from our local PC up to our network storage location. So we'll answer yes to that. And so that is completed, and we'll have a look and see what is now sitting up on our storage area. As you can see, the files have all been renamed to reflect the material and then obviously then the sheet number. We also have individual label it files for each material. The reason for the individual label it files will become evident when you watch the video that explains how CodeEzy works. If you look here now, we can see that we have Cabinetmaking output ready to create NcCode and labels with multiple materials which have been set up in Cabinetmaking just as generic colors such as 16, P1, P2, P3 and so forth. With the use of our Cabinetmaking material changer, we can change these generic colors to whichever color we need them to be. As you can see now, our generic colors have now been changed to realistic color names that we already have set up in our CodeEzy database. From here, it's just a simple case following the normal procedure of creating your cutting patterns and so forth using the NcCode and labels button here in Cabinetmaking. Once this is processed, CodeEzy will fire up automatically and continue to do its thing like it does every other time. Another nice feature of CodeEzy is that it's very simple to process code for multiple machine types. So in this particular case here, I'm going to generate some machine code for a BenchEzy Rover B. So we'll just optimize for that. We'll generate some NcCode and labels. CodeEzy will fire up automatically once Cabinetmaking is finished doing its bit. Once again, we can type in a new customer name or job number and then the corresponding job address or work order number. But in this case, I'm just going to use the last job facility and process. It's finished processing those files and we'll put them up to our network storage location. We can now go back into Cabinetmaking and select our next machine that we wish to generate code for, which in this case is an Anderson. We'll optimize that. NcCode and labels. Once again, CodeEzy will fire up automatically once Cabinetmaking is finished doing its thing. Again, because this is going to be for the same job, we'll just use the last job facility and process. And we'll upload the files for our Anderson up to our network storage location. We can come back to Cabinetmaking again, and then if we so need to, we can then select a third machine type, optimize, NcCode and labels. Again, CodeEzy will automatically fire up once Cabinetmaking's finished processing. Again, we will just use the last job button and process. And we'll now upload our skill files to our network storage location. And we can then have a look on our server storage area. And we can see that we have for our demo video, 12 demo street Gracemere. We have our machine code for our Anderson, our Rover B, and our skill. The advantage of doing this is that the Cabinetmaking operator can simply process that code for multiple machines very quickly, and then the guys on the shop floor can make a decision on the fly as to which machine they wish to cut the job on. So they might be ready to cut a job on the Anderson because it's not busy. They can simply go to the Anderson, load up the job with machine code to suit the Anderson, or if they require, they could cut on the Rover B. They could cut colour 1 on Rover B and then at the same time be cutting colour 2 on the skill. So it gives you a lot of flexibility from within the ease of use of CodeEzy. If you're using a machine that has a labelling unit trying to utilise 6-face nesting as well, these can cause issues in that the labelling unit refers to that same sheet as 2 sheets. What we have to try and do is to combine those 2 programs into one so that the machine believes that it's still only dealing with the first sheet. So what we can do here, I've got some materials optimized here to suit a BenchEzy Rover B. So let's just generate some NcCode and labels. Now at the moment I've got this set up to generate the 6-faced machining. If we just have a quick look at the output that Cabinetmaking has processed for us, we can see here that we have an A and a Z program there for the 6-face machining, and we have another one here and here. So if we just continue to let CodeEzy process those like normal, and we click process, upload them to our network storage location, we'll then have a look and see what we ended up with. You can see here now that we have, for our sheet 3, we have our 6-face programming, and then we have the main face there, which is represented by the A. We can then also see down here that sheet 7 is the same. 6-face there, and then the main side of it represented by the A. So now, if we were to come back here and we turn on our 6-face machining flip program creation, we can process that code in exactly the same manner. So we just go NcCode and labels, and let Cabinetmaking generate the code. CodeEzy fires up. We can use again the last job functionality process, put the files up into our network storage location. That's completed. We then can have a look and see what we've ended up with this time. As you can see now, we only have the 1 program file for the sheet 3 and also the one for sheet 7. So what CodeEzy has done has combined the initial 2 programs into the one, inserted the code in between the first program and the second program that will make the machine park the head, release the vacuum to allow the operator to move in, flip the sheet over, push it back up against the pins and hit the start button again. Another cool feature of CodeEzy is that once the settings in CodeEzy have been set up correctly, CodeEzy can pick these 4 files up here and rename those and shift those along with the NcCode files for the job. So let's have a look at CodeEzy and just see how simple that is done without any requirement for intervention by the operator. So we just use our last job facility like we've previously used. We click process, upload the files to our server storage location. That's done, and now the files have gone from our source folder. If we have a look now in our server storage area, you can see here that CodeEzy has actually renamed those files. They're files that have been processed with Cabinetmaking. There's our customer name or our job number, our job address or work order number, and what we told CodeEzy to rename the file to. It also puts a date and timestamp on it in reverse order, so that if the job is processed again, the files will remain in a alphabetical order. Take note here that the first file is just called simply color selection, and this one is called cut patterns with no space. So we just bring CodeEzy back, process the job through as the last job, so it's using the same name and address, process that. We go to our server storage location, and then we can see now that we have multiple files of the client color selection. As you can see, that was called just color selection, is now client color selection, and the cut patterns now have a space in between those two words because that's how we have set up settings in CodeEzy. You can also see that our date and timestamp has forced the files to remain in a chronological order. That way then all of your drawings, cutting patterns if necessary, whatever files you like to add with it can be processed accordingly and kept with the job files. For those customers that use Cabinetvision's real-time labeling, let's have a quick look at how CodeEzy processes those files. As you can see here, I have a folder full of very generic Cabinetvision output, which is utilizing the real-time labels. We will now bring CodeEzy back into the picture, use our last job button functionality as usual, click process, send our files up to our network storage location. We'll have a quick look now at what CodeEzy has done. As you can see here now, all of our files have been completely renamed. We'll have a look here. We have our CP1 16mm_001, so that's sheet 1, that's the LPT file for that sheet. Then we have our NcCode file, then we also have our label images now. Our label images are numbered accordingly to our sheets and then our part number. So CP1 16_001 is sheet 1, then 001 is part 1, and the R tells us that the sticker is rotated for that part. You can look down there, you can see sheet 1, part 3, sheet 1, part 4. We can work our way through and you can see that all of our image files have been renamed in the same manner. So that means that anytime you look in a folder of files, you can tell exactly what each file is for. Okay, we'll wrap it up for this video here. Just keep in mind that CodeEzy will certainly make things a lot quicker and easier for your Cabinetvision operators. CodeEzy not only works with Cabinetvision, it will also work with NRoute, top solid nesting, as well as Hutto's own BenchEzy. There is much more to learn about CodeEzy. If you would like to know more about CodeEzy or any of the Hutto products, please do not be afraid to give us a call and we can provide you with whatever information that it is you need or organise to do online demos of any of our software. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it informative and we'll talk to you next time. Thank you.